Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Today is the meeting for my pre-drywall inspection, and I'm getting ready to head over there now. I'm meeting with my third-party inspector this super early this morning, and then after that I'll have a meeting with the builder to do like the actual walkthrough and such. Today is February 11th, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not supposed to take super long. They think probably like an hour, so you know it won't be too long. And yeah, so I'm gonna make sure I take y'all in so you can see what's going on as well as for my own records, because and yeah, I look mad crazy right now because I didn't have time to really get ready because this is early. But yeah, we haven't even gotten food yet, so folks is hungry, I'm hungry. I'll check in with y'all later. My brother.
How you doing?
Yeah. So are you a star?
No.
So you will be?
You say yes. You are a star.
I am a star.
She is a star.
Alright. Ollie's following you around.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you. He wants to do this job. I think he's still on after this first play.
Oh, that's good.
And that's also more strength and more insulation. You've got a high efficiency gas furnace here, so you're going to get 96% efficiency out of this. One recommendation, this is a cartridge filter will here, you replace it every 6 months or so.
Okay.
And one thing I'm going to recommend is I'm going to give you a link to some double foil bubble wrap. And you can insulate these ducts in the closet here. There's no point in cooling this closet.
Okay.
And if it is, that's your water main, and these are your voltage shut-offs. So those shut off the ones outside. Now those turn off inside now, and they're less. The only time we had trouble with those hose bibs was when it got down to -7 in Virginia. So who knows if that's ever going to happen again.
Right.
And the new ones shut off inside the house.
Okay.
So there's a low risk of freezing, but it's still good to shut them off in the winter and open the valve outside, let them drain out.
Okay. Okay.
So you got some nice tight doors here. You don't need any ventilation in here because this high efficiency furnace takes the air it needs. You got a sumper and a jar. Probably not even use. So if you just grinding away and pumping, it's good. We got 200 amps here, so it's a small house. Most houses only use about 65 amps at a time. So you can have a hot tub if you want, or a small water park if they allow it. It's a nice big garage.
Yeah.
Drywall here. So you need a steel plate if you're within 1.5 inches of the pipe.
Okay.
And they've put one on every single. I walked around twice, and Ollie looked too, and they got it all covered.
Okay.
Usually I have to. I see a couple of those. All those here. in here. See those? Those metal strips?
Yeah.
So that'll hold everything real tight for you.
That's great.
Unfortunately, I don't know if you'll have a view of the river, but it's there.
No, I was gonna say.
Vented
Yes.
draft hood, so that's good. There's the gas supply for your stoves and ovens. That means that the hot air from the summer is going to go up and out.
Oh, good.
It also means if you have a leak, there's basically no way for the water to get in.
Yeah.
It's going.
Perfect example of why we do this.
Yeah.
See, in those driveways, there's a big patch in the middle of them. We had big areas of settlement.
Yeah.
That way, you know, after a year, that's all going to be settled. That'll get coated. You'll never tell.
Okay.
We'll have the light that's above here. You'll have a switchboard just on the wall here. The one on the front of the house is on a solar cell. There's no switch. They'll turn on automatically at night, and then off the way you can use them independently of each other. Okay. Third switch in here is going to be for a switch receptacle. So you look around the room. You got SR written on the stud.
Yeah.
So that plug, one of the outlets on that plug will work off that third switch.
Okay.
Okay, the other one will be constantly hot.
Okay.
When we come for the final orientation, it will be upside down. That way you can find it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds good.
You've also got Cat 6 video connection on the wall here. Okay.
Yep.
So anywhere that you're planning on mounting a TV, anything like that, today is a perfect opportunity to take a picture.
Okay.
What that'll do is show you where the framing is, show you where plumbing is, so on and so forth. So if you're just planning on having something down low, not going into the wall, then that's fine.
Okay.
But anywhere you're planning on mounting something big, drilling into the wall, you want to snap a picture. Now there is no plumbing or anything like that in here.
Okay.
So, but you could, we have to have access to it for code reasons.
Yeah.
Also have an access point to blow that insulation. If you wanted to have an electrician get in there and add additional lighting throughout this floor, you can do that. Just ask whoever gets up there to kind of fluff that insulation back up when they get finished.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise in here you have shelving around, and then you have your panel box in here for the low voltage.
Okay.
Okay. So your cable and video connections are all going to be in here. The only thing I've noticed about these, now Verizon has kind of changed their box to where your door is going to swing in like that.
Okay.
Okay. And the wires do unfortunately have to kind of come out.
Okay.
Alright. Framing on the interior can be anywhere up to 24 inches on center. Your outside walls are going to be up to 16 inches on center. They're a little bigger. Okay. Everything inside can be anywhere up to 24 inches, and that's the minimum for drywall. Okay. While we're next to one of your windows, let me show you how these are. All right. So these are again vinyl single hung windows. As you pull down to make sure that those lips catch and those weather strippings make contact. If you have a really hard time locking the window, more likely that's the issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And if you can't, if it's not locked, it's not sealed.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Overflow panels.
Okay.
Okay. They're not a code-related thing, and we stopped doing them years ago. Okay. So if you want to have a washer pan, you have to buy one with your washer.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hall bath behind me here. Single vanity, plug, overhead light from here. Toilet flange is here. Single shower head with your tub shower combo. Again, exhaust fan in here, then outside. Follow me back here. You see these grills, 12 bedrooms?
Yes.
That's because it allows airflow back to return out the hallway even when your doors are shut.
Okay.
Because there's no return inside here. Part of our Energy Star to keep unpressurized rooms, try to keep good airflow throughout. Your primary bedroom doesn't have it because it has its own return inside the bedroom. Okay. But otherwise, in here you've got another ceiling fan Teri-Yae. Switch receptacle back here. You got your closet on each side here, now considered a walk-in closet, so there's no light. Double doors open again.
Okay.
Okay, you have one right above.
Okay.
It's starting to really come down now.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's somebody out there with a t-shirt on.
Oh, man.
So one thing, so this is considered dead space. It's the same thing behind the tub.
Okay.
We have these air barriers behind and dead space on outside walls. Even though it's a party wall, we still consider it, treat it kind of like an exterior wall.
Okay.
Because otherwise you'll have air that'll be drafting through here. Same thing behind the tub. Same barrier behind the tub. So it's, again, for our Energy Star to keep air drafted through.
Okay.
Okay. That's one good thing we do. So same thing in here, same from Teri-Yae, which is set to go over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. This is good.
All right, any questions upstairs here before we head down?
No.
Head on down, you got your upstairs here. Nice open rail instead of those half walls. Breakfast area here with your standard hanging light. Your pantry here, so this will have multiple rows of shelves in here and double doors opening out. No light inside here, you're just relying on the breakfast area and the light outside here.
Alright.
So this is also, it's a good area for like a big picture, big painting or something. You've got some plumbing in there you need to be careful of.
Okay.
Same thing over there in that corner, if you're planning on mounting anything over there. Make sure you're trying to keep an eye on that plumbing. Sometimes you'll think you're grabbing a stud and you're actually grabbing a pipe.
Alright, oh goodness gracious, yeah.
All right.
Let me actually just get a picture of that. Well, you're recording everything too, Terry, so. Okay.
Here, I'll let you know also from that door.
Yeah.
From that door, basically how far it is. So I would try and keep your screws out away anything from 32 to 38 inches off
Okay.
that wall.
38 inches. Okay.
All right, so here in your kitchen, you gotta have your refrigerator that'll be here, the water line for your ice maker box. Once you step there on the two.
Okay.
Your range will be here, microwave above, venting out the bulkhead above, and then going through the roof.
Okay.
Okay. And then behind me here is going to be your kitchen sink with your dishwasher on the side, disposal as well. You've got plugs on each side of the island and on the front of the island as well.
Okay.
Okay. And you got plugs on the backsplash through here. Good and secured in the framing. And then you've got your 3 pendant lights
Oh yeah.
in here as well.
Okay.
And then your standard LEDs on this side here. Guys had some extra insulation they decided to put up in the ceiling for you. Temperature for the whole house.
Okay.
Okay. Near return, central location of the house, tries to get a good read on the temperature.
Okay.
Okay, but you will have some fluctuation from here to the upstairs and to the downstairs because it's here. All right, you got your 4 additional LEDs here in the great room. You've got a Cat 6 video connection on the wall there, worked out right next to a plug. All right, and then there is no plumbing or anything inside here. Your closest plumbing is all the way over here.
Right.
All right, so you can see plenty of frame in there for mounting the TV. All right, and outside here, your slider that's on your deck, so you will have, obviously no deck yet.
Right.
You will have a plug and a light outside there that will have a switch for.
Okay.
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 It'll be composite decking looking across the street over here. It's exactly what it'll look like.
Okay.
6x19 treated deck.
Okay.
Treated framing materials and composite rails, composite decking.
Okay.
Very, very, very low maintenance.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Great.
And then notice your smoke detector on this floor is all the way over here.
Okay.
Well away from your kitchen.
Yes.
That way you're just cooking popcorn, not setting off the smoke detectors. Alright. Let's see, is there anything else I did not cover? So your inspector said he had no items, right?
No items.
Look at that, that's
No
the
items.
first.
Okay.
So there's one inspection I'm waiting on,
Okay.
which is our Energy Star inspection.
Okay.
So he was here yesterday doing the, roughly give or take about a week or so worth of drywall finishing before cabinets and trim and that kind of stuff goes in. So once after today, I would say wait at least a week or so before you come out and you're gonna come out and want to see the cabinets and trim and stuff. So then it really starts to feel like a house.
Wow. Yeah.
So, but just again, check in with Justin ahead of time.
Complete is when?
So right now we're still looking at April, and I'm
Okay.
very confident for April.
That's good,
I
that's
can't
good.
give you a definite date right now
Yep.
until I get into cabinets, I get into
Yeah.
trim, and sure those are in and good. I mean, usually then I have a pretty good idea, and I usually send my dates off. Right now I'm giving a little bit of extra time in there because of also the weather.
Right.
Right now the
Exactly.
10-day forecast is like I'm not getting anything done on the outside.
Right.
So sometimes I'll give a little bit of time just that way when you do come,
Yeah.
we're ready for you.
Gotcha.
The inside from here on will move, so long as we can make it to work, it'll
Right.
move along just fine.
Okay.
The outside is what gets done.
Gotcha.
Getting driveways in, getting sidewalks in, getting
Yeah.
siding done, brick done, that kind of stuff. And during the winter time, that can be
Makes sense.
tough.
Yep.
That could be definitely tough. So I'm confident for April. I don't see any problem getting into April. How early in April will kind of depend on the
Right.
weather.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds great.
If nothing else, so before I have you sign some paperwork,
Yep.
you get to sign the house.
Oh my goodness, where do I sign?
You
Where
can
do I
sign anywhere you like. Usually in the kitchen's a good spot because you got the cabinet block and a good flat spot there to write on.
Okay. Let me do it right here. Can I write a quote?
Sure, you can write whatever you want. I've had Bible verses, I've had quotes. You're all right with me touching your phone? You can
Oh yeah.
get there and I'll snap your picture next to it.
All right. Okay,
Okay.
great.
Now so the walls in between the units.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if you look at one, you see we got one side insulated.
Yeah.
The other side's not insulated.
Mhm.
They both look like this. They both have this purple board here. This is your 2-hour rated fire separation wall.
Okay.
Okay, so it means that fire will have to burn on that wall for 2 hours before it actually moves from the unit next door into your unit,
Gotcha.
giving plenty of time for that fire department to get here and get that fire put out. Now we insulate one side, only one side of the wall or the other.
Okay.
So if you were to go on the unit next door and look on the other side, once that gets insulated, you'll see that side is insulated.
Gotcha.
Okay, and we insulate it not for thermal reasons, but for sound reasons.
Oh. Very
So it's
good.
sound dampened,
Yes.
not soundproof.
Gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha, yes, yes.
So, and that's a lot of times people will think,
I
you
got some
know,
subwoofers in here. and just
exactly,
like-
exactly. I should never hear my neighbors.
Right.
You're gonna hear
You're
them
gonna
to
hear
some
'em,
extent.
yep.
Okay, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right, also, anytime if you do any work on the house after the fact, we talked about it a little bit in the attic, and anywhere that you're working on here. Right, pins falling apart. We talked about concrete cracks, the difference between cosmetic and structural. Again, we went over, there's a basement, furnace filter location we talked about, dampers, kind of the whole working of that mechanical room we'll go over again at your final rate there.
Okay.
As far as the sump pump demonstration, I can't demonstrate it because of the power. Hooking the shutoffs we talked about, core drain, condensate fans underneath your furnace. Hot water heater we talked about is electric. We'll have an overflow pan underneath it. We talked about the temperature for it. Main water shutoff valve we saw, thermostat location we saw. Energy Star certified, so we talked already about kind of what that inspection is. He does that inspection again at final, once the house is pretty much done.
Okay.
Then he also does a test that's called a blower door test. Basically puts a fan on the front door and actually pressurizes the whole house.
Oh, okay.
That is a physical test of, right now, his visual inspection of the outside walls. If you look on all these outside walls, see how all these beams are all either caulk or foam, doors and windows all foam. It's a physical test of how well we've sealed up these outside walls.
Okay.
So for both the duct test and the blower door test, we are never going to be 100% tight.
Gotcha.
There's always going to be a certain amount of leakage, and that's expected. But we have to be below a small percentage in order to pass those inspections, okay? You will get a certificate of how the house scored at or before closing.
Okay.
For you to keep for your records.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right, and we have every single house tested.
Okay.
Other builders, 1 in every 10 houses has to get tested. Every house out here has to test and pass before we can send you to seven.
Okay.
All right, so what's next? So, again, once I get to a point where I'm confident with my schedule, I'll send my dates into the office.
Okay.
They'll then look at what they have for closings
Okay.
and send you a notification. Okay? It'll have 2 dates on there, a time for your new home orientation, and roughly a week or so later, a time for your settlement.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
Also on that is going to be utility transfer information.
Okay.
Okay? As soon as you get that notice, Verizon. Call Verizon,
Yep.
get on schedule, you'll have your settlement date there. Get on schedule with them for after your settlement date. You want to do it then because they're behind because of COVID.
Yep.
If you
Yep.
wait until just a week or so before settlement, you're going to be waiting several weeks for Verizon.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody can live without internet these days, right?
No.
So just definitely go ahead and get on schedule with them. Some of the utilities we take care of, and others are your responsibility.
Okay.
Okay. But at that final orientation, we'll go through the unit kind of like we did today, but once all the pretty stuff's been installed.
Right.
We'll show you how everything works, things you'll need to maintain for regular homeowner maintenance. And if as we're going through, if there is something that's not finished, we have to make a note of that. Okay. And then we come back the morning of settlement, walk right to those items that weren't finished, make sure that they're done. You sign off, takes about 20 minutes, and you're on your way to settlement. Okay. April, I mean, right now I'm scrambling trying to get sod and that kind of stuff with the winter time, but come April, hopefully, so long as there's not torrential downpours for several weeks, hopefully I should be able to get you sod. If not, there's always a chance that I'd have to seed or just straw the lot temporarily until sod's available, just to be able to get you to closing.
Yep.
So there's just that possibility. You have any other questions for me?
I don't. This is, I've been, telling my friends and just different people, like, this has been such a great experience.
Awesome.
So,
That's what we love to hear.
Yeah.
We love to hear that.
Yep. I think
Post that video on Facebook.
I will. I already started on YouTube, and that's how people have been.
Oh yeah?
Finding like, this is great. Like, oh my gosh. So I'm like,
Yeah. Please, we need that feedback.
Yeah,
We do. That's awesome to hear. I'm so glad to hear that.
yep.
Well, we'll keep it going.
Yes.
Keep that good momentum going.